Hi there. This is Dr. John Whitcomb talking on the topic of how does the NRF2 system protect me? We now know that the NRF2 system, NRF2, which stands for Nuclear Factor Erythroid 2 Related Factor 2, that's a mouthful, call it NRF, is the master switch that turns on some 2,000 genes that helps downregulate oxidative stress. And it turns out that all the hallmarks of aging, we've now identified 9 standard hallmarks, and there was just a meeting in Copenhagen that added 5 more. But there are 9 standard hallmarks of aging that demonstrate how our body falls apart. And they're all kind of geeky, but they're worth mentioning, because the NRF2 system activates all of them and repairs them. For example, genomic instability. As we get older, our DNA repair gets worse and worse and it falls apart. That's part of what leads to cognitive decline in cancers. The NRF2 system targets the genes that improve DNA repair. There you have it, one example. How about telomere attrition? As we get older, our telomeres, the junk DNA on the end of your chromosome, gets a little bit shorter, probably by the length of the enzyme that copies your DNA, but it can't copy the codes that are within that enzyme. So every time you copy a DNA and duplicate a cell, you lose a little tiny bit off the end of your telomeres. Well, there's this enzyme called TERT, or telomere reverse transcriptase. Guess what the NRF2 system does to TERT? Absolutely. It helps you re-lengthen your telomeres. That's really a handy feature. How about epigenetic alterations? Your epigenome are the markers on the surface of your chromosomes, and you pass some of them on to your children, so they have some genetic quality to them, which is how generational emotional trauma gets carried on to the next generation, how famines in Holland get carried on to their grandchildren on the effect of diabetes 2 generations later. Epigenetic generation. There's some 20 million markers on your chromosomes that constitute your epigenome. What does TERT do to that? Well, they keep that system stable. They help that manage that and keep all your sirtuin proteins stable. How about loss of proteostasis? Sounds weird. Misfolded proteins. What does TERT do? What does the nerve system do to that? It turns on enzymes called POMP and PMSA, and they regulate folding and refolding of proteins. Because you can make all the amino acids in the world, but you have to do the origami of folding them properly, or they won't work. How about dysregulated nutrient sensing, mitochondrial dysfunction, stem cell exhaustion, altered intracellular communication? Those are all 9. I didn't figure you need details all of them. The NRF system plays a role in the very beginning of all 9. The NRF system is how we prevent ourselves from getting older. I had no idea on this. It turns out in 2010, there were like 10 articles on the nerve system. Last year, over 10,000 in PubMed. There are huge numbers of researchers around the world because we've discovered the nerve system is central to our getting older. And it falls apart once you get over 40. Next week, we're going to tell you how to activate it, because this is really cool. This is Dr. John Whitcomb for News and Nutrition. But NRF plays a role in every hallmark of aging. Gotta know it.